Hey guys, we're gonna do my makeup today while we just talk about anything. I find that if you have a round or more square, like youthful, childish face like I do, Asian makeup is usually the way to go because that is that's the face type they usually work with. I'm gonna start with primer. I'm using the e.l.f. Niacinamide primer. Speaking of e.l.f., how do you guys feel about the new e.l.f. ad, the one with Matt Rife? I saw a video of this girl talking about it and she was saying how she's been studying e.l.f. and the way that they market and everything, and this ad is to get more attention on them because whether people love it or hate it, they're gonna talk about it, which brings them more like attention. But it's literally crazy because you guys are literally e.l.f. Sorry, I have hiccups, oh my god. It's crazy because you guys are literally e.l.f. Cosmetics. And what makes everything more frustrating is the fact that they know, like, they market towards women. So now any self-respecting woman doesn't want to buy from a brand that is openly working with one of the most sexist and disgusting people on the planet. And what makes it even worse too is literally the fact that e.l.f. has been under a little bit of fire recently before this too, because they decided to up their prices. Even if it's just like $1, they were like, oh, we're not gonna raise our prices, and then immediately raised their prices. And then immediately after, we find out that they purchased like Rhode Beauty. And then immediately after they made their products more expensive, they released their skin tint, which is like $20. $20 for a skin tint? There's no reason a skin tint should be $20. No, that pisses me off too, that their new skin tint is $20 when they literally have this one, which is $10. The Woe Glow, which is the Super Goop Dupe, this is the exact same thing. This is the exact same thing as their new skin tint. It's a freaking skin tint. That's ridiculous. This is NYX's Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Vanilla because vanilla is my skin shade. I like to use my concealer as a foundation. I'm one of those people. I mentioned it in one of my new videos that I don't think e.l.f. is going to be able to come back from this one because this was just outright diabolical. Ugh, it's low-key giving the Sydney Sweetie American Eagle ad. Another thing that has been bothering me lately, I don't know if you guys know, but the Jawbreaker girl, she like sued Jawbreaker because she chipped her tooth because she tried to bite a Jawbreaker. Oh my gosh, first of all, she pisses me off so much. Second of all, she has this video posted on her Instagram and her TikTok, and she's like, oh, here's me traveling, and she's in like this airport, and she's like, here's me traveling because I became a self-made millionaire at whatever age she's at, and I don't know what to do with the money. First of all, college. You know, you could invest. You could buy a house. You're a millionaire. Second of all, you are not self-made if you sued a company for your incompetence. Like, it's unfortunate that she won because it literally is called a jawbreaker. What in your right mind is going to tell you, oh, let me, you know, like, are you stupid? Self-made where? Like, oh my gosh. Something else that has been like bothering me lately is those people who are like performative reading. Not even the performative reading people, it's the people who are like making fun of other people for performatively reading. Because yeah, it's like cringy and corny, but at the end of the day, at least they're like reading. Maybe it's just me. I just think that we should not be shaming anyone for reading, period, because at the end of the day, they're still reading a book and you're not. And especially those people who are like, oh, you know, they're so performative, like they're reading this really hard feminist literature. That bothers me because it's like you are assuming that that person is not smart enough to read that book just because you aren't smart enough to read that book. You can always tell too by interacting with people if they're doing it to be performative. So why are you hating on someone who you don't even know? Oh my god, that's another thing that bothers me all over the internet too. Obviously, as a content creator, I get people in my comments and they're like, oh, like, this and that and this and that about like me and my life and whatever, and it's like, you don't know me, you don't know who I am, and just because you see a few videos of me sharing my life with you doesn't mean that you know everything about me, and that pisses me off. I'm gonna use this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in ivory to lighten up the bottom of my eyes, my forehead, my chin, and just a little dot on my nose. But back to what I was saying, I posted this video and at some point I had said, oh, like I used to go to this Catholic school when I was younger, and it was eventually I transferred to public school, but it was like me talking about how I experienced a lot of racism there, like microaggressions, and someone commented, oh, why are you lying about this? You went to blah 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 middle school. First of all, it was in fact the middle school I went to. Second of all, the account was just made, so I know that it was some hating ass bitch who was literally stalking my account waiting for me to slip up. And then it didn't even matter because I responded to them and I was like, oh well, I said in the video I transferred to a middle school later, like a public middle school later, and someone else in the comment section that I had went to the Catholic school with was like, oh my god, I remember this happening, blah blah blah, blah 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 school. Like, if you know me in person and we're not friends right now, we don't talk, you do not know anything about me. I'm very picky and choosy with what I tell people. Like, if you are not close to me, then you don't know anything about me, and that's it. Like, even people that I used to be friends with know absolutely nothing about me still. There are only like 4 people that actually know everything about me, and it's the 4 people that I'm best friends with right now that's not my girlfriend. Shut up. Like, why would I lie about that too? No one wants to go to a Christian school. No one's gonna lie about going to a Christian school. That's such a stupid thing to lie about. Like, I'm gonna go in with this blush. It's literally, I got it from Dollar Tree, but here you go. What the hell is up with chicken nuggets? Like, why don't they all taste the same? Theoretically, it should be the same thing, just ground up chicken with like maybe seasoning. So why do they all taste so different? And then some brands have bones in them and tendons and others don't. Like, that's so, like, what the heck? Like, my personal favorite chicken nugget brand is Purdue Chicken Nuggets because they have never failed me. They taste the same every single time, and they're good. However, Tyson chicken nuggets are gross. I don't like like their chicken nuggets always have tendons in them, but their chicken tenders are good. Purdue chicken tenders aren't as good. Or chicken patties. I love Purdue's chicken patties because, again, they've never done me wrong. There's never like tendons, blah blah blah. But I was eating a chicken patty. I had to change my brand of chicken patty the other day, and it's the Kirkland ones, and immediately I bite it and there's a fat tendon. And I literally threw up in my mouth and it was disgusting, and I have yet to touch the rest of them. It looks like a lot now, but trust, it won't look like a lot later. I look crazy. I'm obsessed with this Can Make gel liner right now. I like to put it on my waterline and at the top of my eye. I think that's also my waterline, but I'm not sure, I don't know. But it's really good. It doesn't like smudge or anything, which is something that I love, and because it's such a fine tip, it's really easy to like make a nice sharp wing with. Ooh. I'm literally going to take all of this makeup off as soon as I'm done doing my makeup. This is just like pre-shower makeup. Now I'm gonna do my eyes. I'm gonna use the Clio Kill Lash mascara and the Bibia glitter liner. Guys, okay, so I'm friends with my ex. I know, crazy. His recent ex-girlfriend cheated on him, and she like still has all of his posts up, like all of the posts that they took together and everything. It's even on her Facebook, and I know that the only reason she's doing this is because she doesn't want anyone to know that she's like a cheater, especially her parents, because her parents absolutely loved my ex. My ex is a good person, but like they thought of him like their son. So for her to go and do that was absolutely outrageous. And it's even crazier because she was cheating on him while he was at work. It's even worse. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, Like, it gets to a point, but it's also, we are adults. Like, why are you cheating? Ew. It got to a point where one of the worst people we know stopped being friends with this girl, like the cheater. And it's absolutely mind-boggling to say that, because this girl and the cheater were best friends in high school. So for them, first of all, for this girl to be one of the worst people I know I ever met and completely block the cheater out of her life is absolutely insane. Especially because when they became friends again, cheater was a part of my friend group for a little bit, and the cheater decided, oh, like, I'm gonna be friends with this person, the person that I said is the worst person I've ever met in my life. The worst person I've ever met in my life has done wrong every single person in my friend group, so we obviously stopped being friends with cheater. And then immediately after, cheater goes to this house party that worst person I've ever known is hosting, and they post a story, and it's like, oh, we're gonna work it out on the remix, and it's the song from, oh my gosh, that one song from Charlie XCX. Gag. I was gagged. I was like, oh, this is what we're doing now. Mind you, we're still underage, so none of us can drink or smoke, but literally the entire, like, story, it was like 30 different Instagram stories, and it was them just drinking. Like, girl. God, that reminds me of the time that worst person I've ever known had this boyfriend, and this boyfriend smokes weed, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't care, like, your big age, whatever. However, it's still illegal in the state of Florida, so you can't have it unless you have, like, a medical marijuana card. Obviously he didn't, because he was a minor at the time. So he's driving. Ooh, my eyelashes look good. So he's driving, and worst person I've ever met, like, posts a story of the bag of weed, and it's like, oh, I can't wait to blah blah blah, like, we're here, like, hit me up. Gag, girl, if anybody who doesn't like you sees that, they can call the cops on you. Oh, I was so gagged. Why would you do that? Like, are you stupid? Like, I'm sorry, but, like, sometimes people are just stupid. Like, that's such a stupid thing to do. If you're gonna do something illegal, like, don't post it on social media for everyone to see that you're doing something illegal. That's why they say what happens at a Tara Yummy party stays at a Tara Yummy party. You don't think those people are doing coke? Like, don't play these games with me. Don't play these games with me. My favorite lip combo right now has literally been just a nice pink, like, 2000s lip and a clear gloss. And right now I've been using the Creme Shop's Sweet Pink Puff. It's their, like, collaboration with Hello Kitty, and it's my Melody. However, when this runs out, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because this is, like, the perfect pink. And I need pink recommendations in the comments. If you guys could do that, that would be great, please. Please. And clear gloss. Hold on. Perfect. I like to use two, like, setting. I like to set my face twice. Once with the setting powder to make everything, like, matte, and then once with the setting spray to make everything more matte, because I live in Florida, so if your face is even the slightest bit glossy, it's gonna look like you have mad oil and mad sweat dripping off of you, and that's not a good look for anyone. Once again, going in with my Morphe translucent powder. This is my favorite setting powder. I use the travel size. I've been using the travel size for like 2 years though, which is crazy to say, but honestly I would recommend to anyone if you want a good setting powder, especially because I know a lot of people have to now transition setting powders because they were using e.l.f.'s. Get the travel size version of the Morphe setting powder. It's like $7. It's great. Always put makeup on your forehead. I used to be one of those girlies who did not put makeup on their forehead, and then I just looked two-toned and uneven. I'm gonna finish off my makeup with the All Night Blue Light Micro Setting Mist from e.l.f. This is a matte setting mist, because again, I live in Florida. I let it dry. So here's the final look. Usually I'm able to get rid of the dark spots, but today they just didn't want to go away. You know what? That's okay, because we are all human. I've absolutely been loving this look lately. It's very Douyin inspired, very 2000 inspired, very Asian makeup inspired. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to follow. And if this is your first time seeing me, bye guys. Mwah.